Hello everyone. Now I'm just finishing my warm-up again. Not as long as I usually have, but it's a morning race and I don't like to get up early, so this will do. Let's go out and ride. So I'm doing the Zwift Tiny Races. Just gonna get a towel, and I think that two things. First of all, today is gonna be brutal, and second of all, I might have a good opportunity to score big in this one. I don't know. It is quite unusual course today. We're actually going the same route on every 4 sessions, and the only difference is that each race is a little bit longer than the last one. So the course is first around 400 meters straight, flat terrain. Then there is a hill. It's quite steep in the beginning. It's maybe 7% or 6%. Then it flattens out, but it's still a hill. It's around 1.2 kilometers, I think. And then it's downhill, and then it's the end of the first race there. Now my biggest strength is my 1 minute ability, I would say. After that, my sprint is pretty good. However, I'm usually too tired to get a good sprint, so I can't really count that. Then my 5 minute is quite good, and my 20 minute, I don't know, but that's probably my worst. So if this hill would have been just a little bit shorter, it would have been perfect. Even though I'm heavy, it's good for me to have a hill, because then I can break away from, of course not everyone, but quite a few people, which will separate me, so that will help me scoring a little bit better. This one is a little steeper, so I don't know, but I think it suits me better than just a flat race and a sprint. It would suit me a little bit better. The reason I say it's gonna be brutal is because there will be no resting except for the downhill after the hill. Apart from that, people are gonna go all out. I wonder if people are gonna go, that's one thing I would like to know. Are people gonna go all out straight from the beginning? Remember, there's 400 meters of flat ground until the hill, or are people gonna wait until the hill? And I'm not talking about the loner going off. That usually happens in flat races even. That's probably gonna happen, but are the main pack gonna go? If one goes, I'm not gonna go. If maybe 5 or 6 people go, I'm gonna try. Otherwise, I will stay with the pack and go all out when the hill starts. Today I have tried, on top of my usual caffeine, I have tried a beet juice shot around 2.5 hours before now, and I have also done the Morton bicarbonate. I have tried that earlier once for cycling, so I know my stomach can handle it. That won't be an issue. That's supposed to help during these short efforts, like 1 to 3 minutes, while the beetroot shot is supposed to be more geared towards 5-minute efforts, I think. But we'll see. Then Also today my coach has prescribed to me a hard threshold type of session with threshold intervals. It's a little bit shorter than 2 hours total. And then tomorrow he has prescribed another race to me, an unspecified race. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. Of course, these races are really hard, but every race is hard. I don't go into a race not to go all out. Now let's try the gears. Let's say gear 17. Okay. That's that. Gear 16. Okay. I usually like to try that because usually I go with gear 16 and 17, but sometimes that changes. It's like gear 17 acts like it's gear 16 or something. I don't know why that happens. I'm using the Kicker Core, my trainer, as the primary source. Oh, I almost forgot the most important thing of all. This. And the groups one. I have to have that. And the draft car. Have to have that. There's not, in these races I don't have time to look at this chart, but it's sometimes interesting to see afterwards what people were doing, what heart rate they had and so on. I'm gonna put that one here. Right, let's put these on full. I cannot stress this enough, but it is very important to have a good temperature in your room. I have 15.4 Celsius right now. Could be maybe 16 or 17, it doesn't matter that much, but you should definitely not be over 20, and you should have as good fans as possible. Look at my heart rate. I'm pumped up. Let's see, will people go right away or not? Here we go. Yeah, they are going. What the fuck? Where was my power up? That would have made a difference. What the fuck? Where was it? Everyone else were popping their pop-ups, their power-ups. I couldn't. What the fuck was that? I mean, I could have gone, and I'm sure I was not touching it. I could have gone top 10 if I had my pop-up, my power-up. That was not as bad as I thought. Because you couldn't really go as fast as you. I had to hold off a little bit because you wanted the draft. I think if you would have had, let's say I would have had 10 meters, I would have been in front 10 meters before the second guy. If they were in a pack, they still would have overtaken me towards the end. Would have been a different story if it was flat ground after that hill. But now it was downhill, so you can't be by yourself. I think, once again, it was an okay effort though. But maybe not top 10, but I would have been at least 5 places ahead if I would have. Oh, let's exit quickly before I get that kilometer. I don't want to level up. It's actually okay. Oh, okay. Tiny Races. Where are you? There. There's actually pride in being a good cyclist but not having a high level. That's better than having a high level, because being only level 68, that shows that I have not been doing this for so long, and I haven't. So that wasn't too bad. Not too bad. Of course everyone else is rested as well, but that's fine. This next one is not gonna be that different. I think in that sprint I should have gone maybe 5 seconds earlier or 3 seconds earlier. I had a little catch up to do. Of course they were probably doing more watts than I did, but still. That's the thing, even though I am heavy, and even though I'm strong in the gym, my sprint isn't up with these best guys. I can do 1154 or something like that with my trainer for 5 seconds. that's okay for being 79 kilos, but I mean it's not very, it's above average, but for being an A rider, I think I should be able to do at least, I don't know, if I could do 1,400 watts, that would be a weapon for sure. I did set some new records at the gym, by the way, 2 days ago. Bulgarian, what do you call it, split squat in the Smith machine, 97.5 kilos times 7. And then the deadlift, 160 kilos, 3 times clean, and then like almost a fourth, but not that close, but more than halfway at least. And then I did 2 sets of 150 kilos times 5, and that was pretty easy. 150 usually don't feel that easy. Oh, my legs feel like jelly. I can do, with a trainer, I can do 705 watts for 1 minute. And with my pedal, which I'm not using now, I can do 50 watts more, 755. But the thing is, I wonder if I would have gone for it in the start of the hill and doing 705. I wonder what would have happened, but I don't think it would have been that great. Now it feels really like I'm accumulating lactic acid. However, this second race is not going to be that much tougher than the first one. The beginning is going to be exactly the same, but then in the downhill it's going to be all rest, because then there is a flat section and a small incline towards the sprint. So people are gonna be resting in the downhill. I hope it will be like the last race that we're gonna stretch out and drop people, because that way I will be guaranteed in the top 25 at least. A top 10 would be nice, but I don't think it's gonna happen today. By the way, for the national championships, I'm not sure, I have been thinking, I'm not sure I need that much racing skills actually, because basically it's gonna be, for me, like in this race, just try to stay with the pack. If I get dropped from the pack, I might as well quit. And I won't be joining any breakaways from the top people in my country. So, I mean, it's really just stay with the pack. Oh, need to put this. Need that one for. That's a good thing in longer races. It's a really good thing. You can keep track on the heart rate of your opponents. See how tired they are. I don't want to do this, but let's go. One guy disappeared. Because fuck, all the noobs got back. This is interesting. Sorry. I earned the top 5 or 6 to the top of the hill. If that would have been flat ground, those 20 guys behind would not have caught up. they wouldn't. But because it was a hill, they did. And there's no way they saved their energy in the uphill. No way. I was stronger than everyone except for 5 or 6 people up there. And they got saved by the downhill. It was a tactical mistake by me. I should have, first of all, I thought it was going to be an easy it was gonna be an easy ride down. That people were not gonna pedal. But hey, they did. It's not that I didn't have the energy, I could have done it. I could have pedaled. It was not like I had blown myself out at the top of the hill, no way. No way. But I made a miscalculation. I thought, since you're getting, yeah, you do get like 400 or 500 watts of draft in the downhill, but that's only when you have got the speed up a little bit. Now, at the top of the hill, we were not going that fast, so I should have continued. 10 more seconds. That would have placed me further in front, but I'm not sure that would have made a difference anyway, because towards the end of the hill I was not aware enough. I thought when we go down there's going to be like a kilometer left. There was only 400 meters left, or 500 meters. So should have gone a little earlier. I did catch up on people, but not quickly enough. I wonder what my 1 minute power is in this. I probably can't see it. Okay. Now I cannot see it. Maybe in here. I probably should get pedal. no, only one Swedish guy in the race. Nyström. Oh, I did beat the guy in the first race. He had 983 racing score. I could see in the second race that there was some people giving up in the sprint. They were just right coasting. Damn, I'm tired. We'll see how the hill is gonna go. I think might suit me because people were starting to tire during the second race like they were not in the first. So if they're slowing down even more in this third race, it's gonna be interesting to see what the F happened to my Anvil power up in the first race. What happened to it? It was gone when I was about to use it, and then I thought, okay, maybe there is no power up for this one. Oh, by the way, before I start this race, I did a VO2 max session this Tuesday. My coach put it that I should go 4 times 4 minutes with 3 minutes of rest. Well, 200 watts, not really rest, but anyway. And so it felt, as always, it feels amazing in the first. I had almost to slow down. But the first one, 4 minutes with an average of 412 watts. Second one, 403, and then I was toast, basically. But I could go the third one, but I knew that was the last one, 393. So, all in all, okay. But I was, once again, I'm not used to, I'm not very good at feeling how tired I am. So then I have to wait another 10 minutes to do the fourth one, but still I couldn't do it more than 385, 87 I think. Okay. Soon it's gonna begin. Help me Odin, help me Thor. I'm not really sure how much longer this is. I know it's 1 kilometer, but I don't know the terrain. Give me a draft. I'm toast. Oh, I just didn't have anything. And the hill is getting harder. But at least I'm keeping with a head pack. But man, I was tired there towards the end. That one was... I don't see anything I could have done differently. There was no tactical errors at all. That was just not enough power for me. Thank God it's just one race left. Sure. It was a big mistake to use the feather in the first climb, but that's only because I was not aware that there was a sprint finish uphill. Now I don't think it would have mattered. I was quite far behind the guy in front of me. Let's see where. So 17th in the first. '24th in the second. And in the third, let's see. 27th, I think. '25th. Still, it went on for 9 minutes and 18. No, sorry. That was 9 seconds after. It went 5 minutes and 40 seconds. 391 watts average. That's quite a lot, having in mind that you're not distributing them evenly. You're not distributing your watts evenly, and you have gone 2 races before. However, you do get quite a lot of rest in between. You have to think about that when you compare it to the other races. Now it seems like it's gonna be about 25 to 30 guys who comes down the hill in the main group. The rest is not gonna catch up. You're not gonna get dropped on the downhill. So if you're with the group, the main group, up the hill, you're gonna drift away and you're gonna be guaranteed top 30 or top 25. That's what I have to go for this time. Of course, most people, or at least some people who are very fatigued, are gonna quit and not join this race. So it's the good ones that are gonna be left. Oh, I'm tired. My mouth is so dry. You know what? I think they should do pure sprint races. That would be fun. They should have only TT bikes, so there's no draft. Well, they could have regular bikes as well, but they should have mass start like this, and then they should have a flat road, just, let's say, 300 meters. So it's just all out sprint. I would like that, because I would like to see how well do I really stack up against these guys in the sprint. Because when it comes down to it in a race, I only beat a few people, but the majority of people in the sprint, they actually beat me. Even though I am 79 kilos and they are, most guys are around 70. And I'm, like I said, for sure I should be stronger than most of them. But yet they sprint me, they outsprint me. I don't know why. Oh, it's gonna be so nice when this is over. Top 30 is okay for this one. It's only 51 guys. So all the bottom guys have left. So being top 30 on this one out of 53 is just as hard as being top 30 out of the 94 guys or so that was in the first race. But I don't blame them. I would quit too if I were absolutely, oh no, guys are coming in. I would go too. I would quit too if I were absolutely toast. I would go too. Oh. Everyone is here. Not good for me. It's gonna be a sprint finish. That's bad. But hey, I can't do much more. When it's that slow uphill, half the field is gonna be able to join, and then they have something I don't. Either it's that they have better 5-minute power or 10-minute power, or maybe it's that they have better recovery between the races. I don't know. But it's my best. Oh yeah, I have the climbing bike. That makes it easier in the hill, but it's not as good then. Well, well. To sum it up, it's my best tiny races so far. 18th, 24th, 25th, and now, what was it? 30 something. What was it? Ah, it's not here. Oh, it's not yet in. Now maybe... No. I don't remember, but it was 30 something, 35. And it was actually the first race, that was my best one, but that was the one where I blew it. Or, well, I didn't blew it. My power-up triggered without me doing anything. That was it that blew it. So that's that. But I'm getting better, and I'm getting better every week. I was hoping for a top 10 today, but it will come, I think. With the power up, yeah, maybe. I have to look at it. Yeah, that's that. Now I have a hard threshold session today, and then I have a race again tomorrow. And then my coach put in that during the Christmas break, or from the 20th of December to the end of the year, I should probably have a race every other day. Now, I'm gonna have a discussion with him on this one. I'm not sure I fully agree, because I don't really care about these races. These are just training races. Of course, I approach them like they are life or death, but they are just training. My main goal is the national qualifiers, which begin on the 12th of January and then are each Monday for 6 weeks. And the thing is, 2 out of these 4 races are time trials. So for them I don't need any racing skills at all. The other 4, 2 are scratch races, 2 are points races. I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna be towards the bottom of that field. I don't think I should approach this. I should definitely approach it as if I'm not on the top 50%. I don't think I am. Now, if you are on the bottom 50%, I don't think you really need racing skills, because I might be wrong, but to me it seems like your only job, the only thing that you need to focus on, is to stay with the pack. Just stay with the pack. Do everything you can to stay with the pack. Save as much energy as you can while you're in the pack. If the pack goes too fast, just go with them all you have until you can't go any longer. Because if you get dropped, the race is over. If the top riders in Sweden go for a breakaway, if they try to break away, I'm not gonna follow them. Especially not on a hill. So my main goal is to qualify for the national championship. To do that, I need to be in the top 20. And let's say if four guys in the top 20 cannot come to the event, they will probably invite the next four guys on the list. So top 25 might be enough. But to do that, I don't think you need to join any breakaway. I just think you need to stay in the pack. You do need sprinting skills. If it comes down to a group sprint, sure, you do need that. But on the other hand, even though I do make mistakes in the sprints, it's more than often not my sprinting skill that is at fault, it's my physical ability. I'm too tired when I get there. That's the problem, generally. I think racing once a week or twice a week at the most will fix my tactical errors that I make in the sprint. I think so. Anyway, that's it. I might I will film the race. I will record the race tomorrow. I might record my threshold session today as well. Bye bye.